From fiery holes that seem like the gates of hell are opening, to gripping sinkholes that swallow enormous amounts of water, to mysterious holes with alleged sacred biblical artifacts at the bottom. These are the top 10 strangest holes on planet Earth. Number 10. The Darvaz Gas Crater. In Turkmenistan is the burning, stinking, sulfurous crater known as the Gate to Hell. In 1971, Soviet engineers were drilling the area known to hold one of the largest deposits of natural gas. When the pocket became depleted enough, it could no longer sustain the weight of the drilling rig, which collapsed into the crater. Rather than let the noxious gases escape, they lit it on fire, assuming it would burn out in a week or so. It's still burning more than 40 years later. Number 9. The Well of Chan Baori. Legend has it that this 13-story water well was carved out of the rock by spirits in a single night, and dedicated to the Hindu goddess of happiness. There are 3,500 perfectly symmetrical steps leading to the bottom, which is about 10 degrees cooler than it is at the surface. Over 1,000 years ago, it was used as a public gathering place. Today, it's a popular movie shoot location and was most famously cast as Batman's prison in The Dark Knight Rises. Number 8. The KTB Super Deep Borehole. Starting in 1982, the German Ministry of Research began a scientific exploration drilling program deep into the Earth's crust that would last more than 12 years and cost more than $1/3 billion. Their most expensive geoscience project ever. The project completed at 5.5 miles deep, where they measured temperatures over 500 degrees Fahrenheit and recorded, for the first time ever, the ultrasonic sound of the Earth's heartbeat. Number 7. The Guatemala City Sinkhole. In 2010, a massive hole suddenly opened up in the middle of the city and swallowed a 3-story factory house, along with 15 people inside. The cause was attributed to Tropical Storm Agatha, which impacted Guatemala just 3 days after the eruption of Volcano Pacaya. The resulting ash flows overloaded the city's drainage system and quickly dissolved huge pockets of buried volcanic deposits that the city was built on, causing the surface to collapse. Number 6. Siberian Craters. Yet another new geological phenomenon was discovered in 2014 when a reindeer herder discovered a 200-foot crater in a remote area known as the End of the World. Scientists found 2 more craters and determined that due to a ring of debris surrounding the outside of the craters, that they were not caused by a sinkhole or meteor impact, but that something must have exploded from the melting permafrost, like a methane bubble, or perhaps escaped, like something buried deep in the earth, waiting for the right time to leave. Number 5. Indiana Dunes National Park. An amazing new geological phenomenon was only discovered in the last few years, when shifting sands have suddenly opened up massive sinkholes beneath travelers' feet. In one case, a 6-year-old was swallowed entirely and instantly buried in more than 11 feet of sand. Geologists have performed barrages of tests including ground-penetrating radar, but still cannot explain the cause. The park remains indefinitely closed due to safety concerns. Number 4. Monticello Dam Hole. This majestic spill hole, also known as the Glory Hole, is part of the Monticello Dam in Napa County, California. This is the largest spill hole in the world and leads down a 304-foot or 93-meter tall hole which drains out of the bottom of the dam. Personally, I can imagine being pulled into this massive hole while massive amounts of water drain through it. Obviously, swimming is not permitted anywhere near the hole. When it's not in use, bikers and skateboarders use the bottom of the hole as a half pipe. Imagine doing this when you suddenly begin to hear the low rumble of water rushing down the pipe. Number 3. The Devil's Sinkhole. This Texan National Natural Landmark is an enormous vertical cavern 50 feet wide and 350 feet deep. Historically, it's been used as a place of shelter by early American settlers and countless generations of Native Americans, evidenced by the many arrowheads and other artifacts discovered there. It's also the home to more than 3 million very creepy residents, as one of the largest colonies of Mexican free-tailed bats. Interestingly, this makes sunsets at the hole a popular tourist attraction. Number 2. Derinkuyu. In central Turkey, a man was renovating his traditional home when he discovered a hidden room with a covered hole in the wall. Investigation revealed that the opening led into a massive man-made cave system that had been carved out of the rock over 3,000 years ago to form an underground city complete with ventilation shafts and fresh running water. As many as 20,000 residents and their livestock took refuge from marauders there for months at a time. Number 1. The Oak Island Money Pit. In 1795, witnesses thought they saw pirates burying treasure on a small coastal island in Nova Scotia. So they started digging, and digging, and digging, to over 130 feet deep, with tantalizing clues revealed every 10 feet or so, some promising a treasure worth hundreds of millions, or perhaps much, much more. For over 200 years now, various treasure hunters and investment firms have spared no expense in attempting to find the buried treasure, earning the site its nickname, the Money Pit. 4 people have even died trying to reach the treasure. In addition to hundreds of millions in Spanish pirate gold, many clues also point to this being the place where the Knights Templar buried the Ark of the Covenant, the Ten Commandments, and other extremely sacred artifacts. Crave more? Check out our top 10 creepiest science experiments video, or our top 10 creepiest alien abductions video.